While hat styles more formal than the baseball cap or beanie are less commonly seen today than they were in decades past, dress hats can still fall into the buy it for life category for a modern gentleman. We'll show you what to look for. Dress hats are an iconic element of classic menswear that, despite a decrease in mainstream popularity since the mid-1960s, continue to be a statement piece for menswear aficionados. Since they're worn so close to the face, they can be uniquely flattering or unflattering, depending on your proportions, which you can learn more about here. Luckily, if you take that video's advice, it's easy to look more like Humphrey Bogart than the Three Stooges. One of the biggest perks of dress hats is that they can be extremely resilient depending on the materials they're made from. Be sure to check out our individual hat guides for more information on specific materials, but as we discuss each hat style on our list today, we'll include a brief materials overview. And while a classic hat might occasionally need to be reblocked or refurbished if bent too hard out of shape, quality ones can take the elements in stride. Because of how much your individual proportions and lifestyle impact which hat will work best for you, this purchase is a very personal one. Often, what looks good and works for someone else might not for you, and vice versa. And it will often take trying on multiple hat styles with different brim widths until you find the perfect one for a lifetime purchase. In other words, not everyone will look as cool as Clint Eastwood wearing bold Western styles. The good news is, while weight fluctuation or aging will often impact the fit of many other garments, your hat size generally won't change much over time, at least once you've stopped growing in the first place, that is. All this to say, a good hat can realistically last your entire adult life with enough maintenance and care. Now, if you're unsure which hats you should consider purchasing, here are the ones we'd recommend every gentleman should at least consider adding to his collection, and why. We'll start our list with the first item, caps. Arguably the easiest beginner hats to get into are classic cap styles, namely flat caps and panel caps. Casual and cool, their soft silhouettes and low profile make them unobtrusive, versatile, and suitable for a wide variety of face shapes, and they require far less maintenance than other hat styles since they're not as heavily structured. Classic caps come in a variety of colors and designs, so you can pick something unique that suits your personality. For a cap, examples made from wool or tweed will be hard-wearing and durable, ideal for an array of weather conditions. One of the many benefits of caps like these is that they can take a beating or get soaking wet, but look basically as good as new once they dry out. Examples made from cotton or linen may not be quite as hardy, but will be more comfortable in warmer climates. A cap is a great hat to throw around, so to speak, and you can be less concerned about impromptu storage if you're going to try and follow hat etiquette rules in the modern age, which, by the way, we encourage. That would include, though, leaving razor blades out of the brim. Sorry, Peaky Blinders fans. Seriously though, caps are a great way to build confidence and warm up to dress hat wearing before taking the plunge into full-brimmed styles. And you can easily wear a cap almost anywhere you'd wear a modern baseball cap and look considerably more put together. Speaking of ball caps, they do have their own historical pedigree, and we're not saying you should never wear them. Only that their inherently casual nature precludes them from today's list, and that they often wear out too quickly to reside in the buy for life category. For more on how to wear baseball caps stylishly, consult the relevant section in our summer hat guide. Once you're comfortable enough in caps to venture into full-brimmed styles, try tackling our next item, number 2, the full felt fedora, with dimensions and proportions to fit your features. Because quality fedoras are seen far less often today than they were in the golden age of menswear, and because cheap and sartorially incongruous fedoras have developed an unsavory, meme-worthy reputation in certain corners of the internet, this hat style is too quickly dismissed by many. The good news is, a fedora with the right proportions for you will complement and enhance your facial features while giving your entire ensemble a more complete, finished appearance. And while it is a bit of a statement piece in the modern day, the fedora is still a versatile hat that works with a wide range of formalities, meaning the style can be worn on a near daily basis should you so desire, when paired with a classic wardrobe. Fedoras are traditionally crafted from a handful of standard materials, each with distinct advantages and disadvantages. Wool felt fedoras offer warmth, comfort, and affordability, making them ideal for colder weather, though they can feel heavy and may not handle moisture particularly well. Fur felt fedoras are considered the gold standard due to their luxurious feel, lightweight nature, excellent shape retention, and water repellency. But because of all of these perks, they come at a higher price point. Cotton fedoras are comfortable, breathable, and affordable, but they don't maintain their shape well over time and have limited weather resistance. If you're truly looking to make a lifetime purchase and longevity is your biggest concern, consider fur felt. Within this category, beaver fur felt is the pinnacle of longevity and durability, with a grading system determining how dense the fibers are and how well they handle water absorption for stormy weather. Beaver fur is highly water resistant and can take on the elements with few issues, as you might well imagine. Rabbit fur is still a quality option and will generally be more affordable. Just be more careful with it in rain and snow, as it's more likely to get misshapen in the elements. More exotic fur options like mink also exist, but these are less common and tend to be mixed in with either beaver or rabbit fur to create unique textures. Especially if you're into tailoring, the fedora, along with its closely related sibling, the trilby, is one of the most quintessential hat styles to explore, especially in colors like gray, brown, navy, or even olive. As an example, I'm wearing a fedora today. In today's outfit, it should be plain to see that the hat I'm wearing is a vintage stingy-brimmed fedora with some trilby-like elements. This is a vintage model from the late 1950s or early 1960s, and it's in a mustard brown shade with a black band. This hat is from Dobbs, as are many in my collection. I have a number of different vintage Dobbs fedoras, all of which I quite enjoy. To go with the brown tones in the fedora, I've chosen a classic color pairing partner for brown, that being blue. As such, I'm wearing a vintage navy blue blazer. This one is double-breasted and features gold buttons. Under the blazer, I'm wearing a plain blue French cuffed shirt from Charles Tyrwhitt, and in the cuffs, I've got vintage gold cufflinks inserted to harmonize with the blazer buttons. Also vintage is the wool challis tie I'm wearing. This one is in tones of green, blue, and brownish orange. My trousers are plain brown with a reddish undertone, and my shoes were made specifically for me by Wayman Bespoke, a friend of the channel, though this video isn't sponsored. These are Oxfords in a variegated brown museum calf, and they also feature a wingtip, though with no medallion or broguing. Rounding out my outfit today are accessories from Fort Belvedere. These would include my socks in brown tones featuring clocks in green and white, my boutonniere, which is a light blue Veronica Persica, my collar clip, also in gold tones to harmonize with the rest of the jewelry, and my pocket square, which is in white linen and featuring a green wave edge. Finally, my fragrance today is the newest addition to the Roberto Ugolini collection. This one is called Patina and features vanilla tones, among others. So, for the socks, collar clip, boutonniere, pocket square, and fragrance I'm wearing, as well as a wide array of other men's accessories, corduroy trousers, and other Ugolini fragrances, you can take a look at the Fort Belvedere shop here. Third on our list of buy-it-for-life hat styles is the finely woven Panama hat. If you're only going to purchase one full-brimmed hat style, this is arguably the most practical option on our list. One of the biggest benefits that full-brimmed hats provide is sun protection, and Panama hats do so in spades on warm summer days. Plus, their open weave style allows for more airflow, making a Panama the perfect pairing with warm weather classic style options. If you think hats always make you overheat, you've probably never worn a quality Panama. As with felt hats, though, not all straw hats are the same, and some straw hats commonly referred to as Panama hats aren't true Panamas. And that's setting aside the fact that they don't even come from Panama in the first place. True Panama hats are worn from toquilla palm leaves in Ecuador, and their intensive weaving process creates one of the most coveted items within warm weather menswear. And while the best Panama hats are made from toquilla, traditional straw varieties can still be excellent. The quality of the hat is largely determined by the fineness of the material and the density of the weave, balanced to be durable but also breathable. Other options, like the coconut straw pork pie for instance, are also great warm weather hats, but we again refer you to our summer hat guide for more info there. Our final list item today is number 4, a true formal hat, such as a Homburg, top hat, or boater. There are certain formal events where an equally formal hat can provide the finishing touch that elevates a good outfit to a truly great one. Homburgs and boaters are the most correct option for black tie evening wear. A black Homburg in most seasons, or a straw boater in summer, particularly when paired with an ivory dinner jacket, are perfect pairings for these special occasions. Homburg hats are often made from the same materials as quality fedoras, and almost everything that we covered in that section applies here, though you can consult this guide for more information on Homburgs. Traditional boaters are made from stiff, high-quality straw, typically a type called senet, which is plaited or braided at angles to create the hat's structure. Boater hats can also be crafted from other types of straw or synthetic materials, and we've devoted a guide to them as well. Meanwhile, a traditional silk plush top hat should be confined solely to occasions where the elusive white tie dress code is worn, or to those featuring morning dress, perhaps slightly less elusive to Brits than Americans, though dove gray felt top hats can be an option for morning dress too. Traditionally, top hats were made from either beaver fur felt or hatter's plush, a unique weave of silk with a long, prominent nap. This latter material and its manufacturing technique are no longer employed today. Given how seldom the occasions are today where top hats can be properly worn, how few traditional silk plush top hats still exist, and how few of those are even in sizes the majority of the present population can wear comfortably, such a hat is truly a holy grail lifetime purchase that could become the pride of your collection. Let's bring things in for a landing today by answering the following question. What should you look for in an ideal lifetime hat? If you're going to make a serious investment into a quality dress hat, the first thing to understand is which hat style's proportions look best on you. For example, square-shaped heads will often benefit from more rounded brims and less overall structure, hallmarks of flat caps and panel caps. You'll also need to consider how well the hat you're purchasing fits into your lifestyle, present and future, or it won't be the best possible investment for a lifetime. It's far easier to feel more confident in certain styles if they harmonize with your pursuits, your personality, and your day-to-day personal style. Your hat's gotta walk the walk, not just talk the talk. That brings us to purchasing options. If your budget is less of a concern, you could consider going to a bespoke hatter for this occasion. These shops aren't as plentiful as they once were, but if you can locate one, its staff will likely be experts at helping you to figure out which types of hats look best on you, and can even make a hat uniquely tailored to your proportions. While getting a bespoke hat is the supreme lifetime experience, it's no secret it can also get expensive, and won't be readily attainable for everyone. Luckily, there are other options out there that can last just as long. Makers like Stetson, Borsalino, and Dobbs still make quality hats at achievable price points. And depending on your hat size, generally the smaller the better, you can look at vintage options, either at thrift stores or on sites like eBay and Etsy. Most of the hats in my own collection, for instance, are vintage, including the one I'm wearing today. Hats that were made prior to the 1940s are especially durable due to the mercury treatment used on the fibers, which historically caused some makers to go mad as a hatter. No joke. This practice has been outlawed now, but it's one of the reasons these models hold up better than most contemporary versions out there. And no, just wearing one won't put you in any danger. In conclusion, wearing classic hats in the modern day represents a highly personal journey, as it allows you to create a statement piece in a world where such hats are no longer the norm. If you're bold and confident enough to get into hat wearing, it can become a lifelong passion, and the right hat, when cared for, can indeed last your whole life long. Do you have any Buy It for Life hats in your collection? Let us know in the comments below.